planet who need to be giving women dating advice is men.
The most dangerous moment in a marriage is not the big fight. It's not. It's the day that he stops fighting.
I slept with 100 men and I no longer want to live like that. Can you help me?
And I understand why a lot of guys want to quit. They say it's not worth it anymore.
You know, I think a lot of women tend to forget that their husband or their boyfriend is more than their husband or boyfriend.
What happens when millions of men suddenly stop chasing love, dating, and marriage altogether? Why are so many men in 2026 quietly walking away from relationships and choosing peace over romance? And why does this growing male withdrawal seem to be frustrating modern women more than anyone expected? Stay with us till the end of this video, because this silent shift is changing modern dating culture completely.
The last people on this planet who need to be giving women dating advice is men.
And why is that?
I hate to break it to you guys, but when it comes to dating, women are the ones who have power and control.
Interesting. And what is that theory based off of?
I'm the one who has so many matches that I can't even go through them. Not you.
Of course. Yet I feel this is leading up to something.
I'm the one who gets asked out so many times per week that I literally just don't reply back to people. Not you.
But yet, I feel that there's something that one is definitely not taking into consideration here.
The one thing I know about men is they think their opinion really, really matters, even when it doesn't. And boy, do men like to give opinions in areas where they're not even experts.
Ah, yes, of course. But do remember, at the end of the day, it's usually men that control marriage, because men marry who they want, while women marry who they can.
For decades, society taught men that success meant finding love, getting married, and building relationships no matter the sacrifice. But in 2026, millions of men are starting to question whether modern dating is even worth the emotional stress anymore.
What's the most important thing that you've learned from your past relationships?
The most important thing I've learned? A lot of women have mental health issues.
Could say the same thing about men, could you not?
Yeah, a lot of guys are up in the head.
I'm sorry you had to experience that.
I'm not. It's part of life.
What shocks many women the most is that these men don't look lonely. They are calm, disciplined, focused, and surprisingly happy alone. Instead of chasing relationships, many are building businesses, improving fitness, gaming, traveling, and protecting their mental peace.
And I understand why a lot of guys want to quit. They say it's not worth it anymore. They say they'd rather just give up. Because sure, you know, the current terms and conditions of modern dating are bizarre, to say the least. They suck. They definitely do. But if you ever want to make a change, you got to get really good at the game you're playing. You can't give up. You can't sit out. That's not the way it works. You got to rise to the top of the game. And once you're at the top, you can make changes. You know, you can choose to sit it out, but I think you should try to compete at a high level. I think that's always the best way to go. But yeah, I understand why a lot of guys want to sit it out. You know, it shouldn't have to be that way. When you're young and you're 18 years old and you just want to have a girl to love, get married, start a family with, you know, live in your small apartment while you're both working, grinding it out, you and her, broke as a joke, madly in love, you get married, she gets pregnant, you bust your ass, you get a promotion, you buy a house, the American dream. That's what people want, but that's not the current landscape for most people. You know, a good 90% of people aren't following that blueprint. So it's hard work, it's tough. It's not something that you can have a warm feeling about. You know, it doesn't give you a wholesome, good feeling. The modern dating game, it's corrupt, it's evil, too many games.
A lot of men became emotionally exhausted with modern dating culture. Endless expectations, mixed signals, emotional games, financial pressure, and fear of being replaceable pushed many average guys to quietly disconnect from relationships altogether.
You know, I think a lot of women tend to forget that their husband or their boyfriend is more than their husband or boyfriend. He is a whole ass human being with frustrations and thoughts and emotions and like maybe PTSD, anxiety, or depression. My man has borderline, and there are days that he is just solely focused on being okay and surviving. If your man is going through it, you know, if he's like hardcore thinking about what's the point of my life? Why am I even here? If he's thinking about offing himself, the last thing you need to do is bitch about how he forgot to change out the toilet paper roll. how that was an inconvenience to your life and he's inconsiderate. Men's mental health is so overshadowed by everything in society, it's almost disgusting. It is disgusting. I am appalled by it. Men fucking matter. Their feelings matter. Their traumas matter. Their emotions on those traumas are fucking valid. And I think women take advantage of that. They will use men's past traumas or triggers against them and make them feel like less of a man. Absolutely blows my mind. You're supposed to be your man's safe place. You're supposed to be his peace. If he can't come to you, the one person that he's chosen out of the whole world to be with, if he can't come to you, that man is truly fucking alone. Let that sink in. A lot of women have girlfriends and their family and all of these people around them who they can vent to and talk to, and they get hyped up like, yeah, you're a bad bitch. You know, you're doing everything right in your life. That man ain't shit. Nobody does that for a man. A man does not get that same treatment. They bottle everything until they can't take it anymore. I am sorry. I am so sorry that you men have to experience that and go through life completely abandoned.
And once men experience life without constant relationship stress, many become protective of that freedom. No emotional roller coasters. No endless validation chasing. No pressure to constantly prove themselves. Just routine, peace, and control over their own lives.
The most dangerous moment in a marriage is not the big fight. It's not. It's the day that he stops fighting. And you probably didn't even notice when it happened because it didn't happen overnight. It happened slowly. One unacknowledged effort at a time. One dismissed feeling at a time. He tried to provide stability, tried to be present, tried to be enough. And no matter what he did, something was always missing. Something was always wrong. Something was always his fault. And he never said a word about it because that's what men do. They suck it up. They just keep going. But something inside of them, it breaks a little bit. And then one day, guess what? He just stops. He convinced himself of something horrible, that no matter what he does, it will never be enough. And he will never feel truly valued. And that belief is more dangerous than any argument that you guys have ever had. Because a man, true man, who stops believing he matters, he doesn't fight. He just disappears right in front of you. Still in the house, still doing everything he's supposed to do, right? But emotionally, gone. And here's what you women need to understand. By the time a man goes quiet, just listen to me for a second. He's been screaming on the inside for years. You just were not listening.
Social media accelerated this shift massively. Men constantly saw stories of failed marriages, toxic relationships, cheating scandals, and one-sided emotional effort. Eventually, many guys stopped idealizing relationships and started prioritizing self-preservation instead.
I slept with 100 men and I no longer want to live like that. Can you help me? Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a ranty video because I really don't know where I'm going with this. I kind of do and I kind of don't. And let's just get into it. I've heard that there's piss in the dating pool, and I think we all can agree that there is. One thing that I notice is that we focus a lot on men and the problems that men have, and trust and believe men have problems that they need to fix. But I've found that there has been a lack of accountability for how women have played a part into this horrible dating atmosphere and scene. I believe women of today have become unrecognizable. We have lost our standards. We have lost the meaning of womanhood. That sacred knowledge of womanhood is not being passed down anymore from generation to generation. I just think it's time for us women to get back to being women and for us to reconnect the disconnect. And that does not mean putting on makeup and putting on some heels, because you can have tennis shoes and be the most feminine woman in the room. Womanhood comes from an inner knowing of self. from a deep sense of self-love and self-respect. And I think that's something that we have lost as women. What really got me thinking about this was I was listening to some music the other day, and I was just listening to a lot of female artists, and all they could talk about is what their vagina does and what their vagina does not do, and where their vagina has been and where their vagina has not been. And these are the women that children and adults are looking up to. And I hope I don't offend anybody when I say this, but F the liberal agenda. Hookup culture is dead. Dressing like a thought is dead. It does not make you free. All this to say is that the state of the dating scene is not only a men's problem, it's a woman's problem as well. And there's some things that need to be addressed. But to me, it's bigger than just dating. I think we have lost the art of womanhood. And I think for us to gain that art, there needs to be a safe space for women where there's no shame, no blame, where you can say anything and not be judged for it. And we can come to a place of healing and knowing and learning and of self-worth and self-love. Where in the world is there a space, a safe space for a woman to say something like, I slept with 100 men and I no longer want to live like that. Can you help me? There's no space for that. There's nowhere on earth that I know of right now where women can really be that raw and that honest and that real. And that's the type of realness we need to change the state of womanhood. So as I enter my new era of content creation, this is something that I really want to get on, and I really want to help as much, like all the knowledge that I have been given and all the knowledge that I have learned through experience. I want to give that to the next generation, because we don't need to learn through mistakes, but you can learn through the mistakes of others. In my new era, I want to make sure that women are fully equipped in their womanhood. So that's anything from learning how to put on a damn pad, how to dispose of your pad, how to keep your feminine hygiene, all the way to how to walk in a room eloquently and with grace, and all these things that I feel like we have lost. So if you have any topics surrounding womanhood that you want me to talk about, it's an open space. I want us to get real. I want us to get deep. I want us to get raw. Like, let's give me some topics and we're going to get into it, because this is now Womanhood 101 and we're going to get into it. Okay, you guys, I will talk to you guys later. I love you, Misties. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
What frustrates some women the most is that these men are no longer desperate for love or validation. They are emotionally detached and comfortable alone. And once a man stops needing approval to feel valuable, the dating dynamic completely changes.
Hey, what's going on, people? You see the young lady that I got posted right here? I saw her video on I forgot what platform it was, but she had an absolute mental and emotional breakdown, crying, and she said that she can't find real, true, genuine love. And she fed up. She has hit a breaking point. And I'm gonna be honest, it touched me to see somebody young on social media crying out, asking for true, genuine love. But one thing I want to say, I felt where she was coming from, but if I could talk to her, I would love to tell her, you got to find that in Jesus. Jesus is the only true source of real, genuine love. The Bible says that God is love. And before you find love in a person, in a spouse, a girlfriend, boyfriend, things, you got to find it in God first. When you find that love in God, you find yourself being able to love, and also find yourself being able to be loved more effectively. I understand where she's coming from. I feel her pain, but she got to find it in God. There is a void in her life that she is trying to fill with a man, with that, the comfort of knowing somebody loved me, but ain't no better love than God. Ain't no better love than God. Me and my wife have been together, and I'm gonna be honest, let me just say this. I'm so glad me and my wife met in high school 28 years ago, because I wouldn't want to have to find love in today's society. I'd probably be at one of those breaking points like this young lady here, but I'm glad I found my wife, and God connected us so many years ago, because love in today's society is almost like non-existent, and it's sad. But I notice the closer I get to God, the better I'm able to love my wife. The closer I get to God, the better I'm able to be loved by my wife. But more importantly, the closer I draw to God, the more I'm able to receive the true, genuine love that God is. If anybody knows this young lady's page, if you've come across it, tag her in the videos. But I'd love to tell her, go find that love that God offers us often, and then you'll find real love in people.
Many men are now realizing that bachelor life can feel more peaceful than unstable modern relationships. Instead of centering women in every life decision, they are focusing on money, discipline, goals, hobbies, and long-term stability.
You want to know why women get frustrated when men don't be planning dates? Now, I could be wrong. I doubt it, though. But listen, I was talking to my girl this weekend, and it's so much stuff that they think about that we probably don't know that they're really thinking about. For example, if me and my girl's about to go on a date, I'm like, okay, I'm probably about to wear these shoes, that shirt, these pants, and I'm good. I can go in there and get dressed in like 5 minutes. For her, though, she has to know what the aesthetic is going to be like. And then based off of the aesthetic, that's how she's going to prepare herself. Is she wearing a dress? Is she wearing pants? If she is wearing pants, is she wearing flare pants, high-waisted, low-waisted, mid-rise, straight leg? I didn't even know there was that many types of jeans. What color lip she's going to put on, how she's going to do her makeup, if there's going to be humidity, where her hair poof up, how she's going to wear her hair, what type of perfume she's going to wear, the accessories, what kind of shoes. Is she wearing flats? Is she wearing heels? Is she wearing sandals? They think about all of that stuff. And not saying there aren't some guys out there that are fashion forward that actually put like way more thought into their outfits than the average guy. But for the most part, it's very simple for us. Like, we can get dressed pretty quickly. But yeah, it's a whole production for them. So by the time they're done thinking about all of that, and they also have to do all of that, they're like, can you please just plan something? And I don't think that's a hard ask. It might be for some people. I think it's simple, free game. Hopefully somebody learns something from that. But it's like, they just won't help. That's it.
The biggest twist is that this isn't some loud anti-dating movement. Men aren't screaming online every day. They are simply participating less. Less dating. Less emotional investment. Less marriage. And that quiet withdrawal is speaking louder than words.
Literally never thought I'd be one to just be crying on the internet, but I've been doing really good. I've been like super confident in where I am in my life and my friendships and my career. And I live alone with my 2 cats in LA. LA is very expensive. I just got a new car. I have a lot to be proud of. But man, I'm going to be 33 next month. And I'm just so tired of the dating game. Like, I'm so tired of the dating game. And I'm tired of being single. And this is not like a pick me video. Like, I just feel like as kids, if you're a millennial like me, we were kind of like painted this perfect picture of like, you're gonna fall in love and get married and have kids, and I'm lucky to like have a lot of love in my life, and I have a lot of great friendships, and I've witnessed a lot of amazing relationships. So I'm not saying that it's not possible, because I've seen it be possible. I have friends that have amazing husbands and they're super happy, but I've also seen friends that have like gotten married and gotten divorced, and seen friends that are in relationships that I think they're settling in. And as someone that like, I have worked so hard to build my life, and I'm very, very proud of where I'm at. I am tired of feeling like in order to be in a relationship that I have to settle. I feel like dating is just not the same. I don't know if that's true or not, or maybe, you know, our standards of as women has just changed. I think it's changed a lot, you know, but I just am tired, and I want to have a family, I want to have kids, but I don't want it to just be with anybody. I want it to be with someone that I'm proud of and someone that I admire, and I want to be with a partner that it feels equal, and it doesn't feel like I have to like chase somebody or feel like I'm putting in more effort or feel like I have to compromise on my boundaries and the things that I want in order to be in a relationship. And I'm just getting really tired, and I don't want to be on dating apps, and I will meet people in the wild, and it feels inconsistent, and it feels like men feel like they have all the time in the world and women feel like we are running out of time constantly, and I'm just really tired of it all. And I you know, every other day I'm like super confident. For some reason today I'm not feeling that great, but I feel like every other day I'm like, yeah, I'm super happy being single. Like, I'm so happy by myself, and I am. Like, while that is true, I feel very secure in who I am. I equally just yearn for that love and that partnership and that feeling of you finding your best friend and feeling safe. And I feel like that lack of safety in a relationship is something that I haven't found. And I was dating somebody recently, and like I thought I had found it, and I was very wrong. And sorry, it feels so gross. And I'm not trying to like sound jaded, but I just am starting to feel like, okay, maybe it's not in the cards for me. And it sucks. It really sucks to like want something really bad and feel like you have a lot of love to give and a lot to contribute to a relationship, and just feeling like I don't know if it's out there. Like, maybe that's just not God's plan for me. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, sorry, I'm just ranting. I don't know if anybody else is feeling this way, but I'm really tired.
Now many women are noticing something uncomfortable. The same men who once chased relationships endlessly are no longer trying. The attention, effort, and emotional energy women once expected automatically are slowly disappearing.
So I just got back from a really, really wonderful date with a seemingly really wonderful man. And he dropped me off. And I come inside and I just start crying. And I'm like, why am I so upset when I just had such a great date with this guy? Like, why am I so upset? And I realize it's because I haven't had a really good date in a long, long time where I genuinely connected with a person, and I'm scared. It's weird. It's like my body and my mind doesn't know how to process it because I'm so used to getting hurt. I've never experienced a good relationship or a healthy relationship. I've always been hurt. And I've been single for so long. More so because I needed to be single. I needed to heal from all of these traumatic, toxic relationships. And I've been praying for this kind of relationship for so long. I met this guy on Hinge months ago, and I never gave him the time of day. And after my dad passed last month, I told him, I said, I'm sorry, I know we matched and I know I gave you my number, but I just don't have it in me to date someone seriously right now. And I really never thought that I would talk to him again, but his tenacity, he's just been reaching out and checking on me from time to time, and I would respond days later. And normally any other guy would just stop talking to me, but he didn't. He kept trying. In the last few days, before I even met him, we've been talking on the phone and FaceTiming, and before I even met him, he's been sending me food every day, and he's been sending me flowers and just like really beautiful letters. And I'm like, what's the catch? Like, guys like this don't exist, or do they? Or again, like, what is the catch? Like, I almost feel like it's too good to be true. Like, normal chivalrous things are too good to be true in my eyes. He shows up for the date with another bouquet of flowers and the most thoughtful fucking gift I could have ever asked for. On my Hinge profile, I mentioned how much I love Cinnabons. This guy, even though he was taking me out to dinner, brought me a bouquet of flowers and 2 boxes of Cinnabons from the Cinnabon store because he remembered I said that on my Hinge profile. And I just want to take this time to like normalize for women and men that have been mistreated in the past and have had unhealthy relationships and have been cheated on and hurt. And we've never experienced anything healthy that when we do experience it, we just don't know what to do with ourselves. And I'm trying so hard to be happy for myself right now. I'm trying so hard to be happy. But all my mind is doing is saying, he's gonna hurt you though. Keep your expectations low. And I hate that. I should be celebrating the fact that I had a lovely date with a lovely man who was so kind to me and so thoughtful and so generous. And here I am on my living room floor crying because I think he's just gonna hurt me. And then there's like the part of me that's like, you don't even deserve this, because I'm so used to being treated otherwise. So I never thought that I deserved this treatment. And now that it's happening, I'm like overwhelmed. If there's anyone else who understands or resonates with this, just know that it's okay to feel all of these feelings, and we do deserve the best. Even though we've never experienced it, we do need to have faith and have hope. God, I'm so scared.
And honestly, this may be one of the biggest cultural shifts of modern times. Because when millions of men stop centering their lives around love and relationships, the entire dating market starts changing overnight.
The price to pay to preserve a man's ego is fucking hefty, which is why I'm not relationship material. I'm not wifey material. I'm not for anything long-term with men, because I don't have time to tiptoe around telling the truth to someone because they don't want to hear it, because if they hear the truth, that's going to question their masculinity. That's going to question their self-worth. That's going to question their fucking existence. It's so hard for me to look at men and respect them and want to be around them when you just see them as something so easily broken. Men are so easily broken. How can I respect a species of people who have to be tiptoed around, have to be talked to like they're a toddler, while simultaneously these men are being asked to look at as leaders? So I have to look at you as a leader, but you don't know how to do any domestic duties. You don't know how to self-soothe. You don't know how to emotionally regulate. You don't know how to do anything that is worth any like good substance. You don't know how to do anything to maintain the goodness of anything. And this is why I'm just gonna stay single forever, because do you know how fucking draining that is to have to sit here? Let's say you have a man that doesn't know what he's doing in the bedroom. I mean, you know how many men are sitting here literally thinking that they're throwing it down in the bedroom because a woman doesn't want to get unalive because she is afraid to tell a guy like, hey, this shit sucks. Like, you're not good at this. Like, this, I don't feel anything. I'm bored. I'm over here counting down the seconds until you're done because it's only going to take 2 minutes. So I got time to count down the seconds. But the male ego is way too fragile to constantly have it be preserved. And for me to ever want to take on the burden of trying to preserve it, like, no. I don't have time for that shit. No man. There is not any man in the world that I would want so bad that I would have to take that on as an additional job. No.
So here's the real question. Are men giving up on love because modern dating failed them? Or because they finally realized peace feels better than emotional exhaustion?
Men stopped playing by the rules, and now everyone's freaking out. Let's break down why silence has become the loudest move.